You take criticism the worst.
Get boomed on.
You find excuses opposed to just taking it on board.
Well, the Sidemen situation is genuinely insane. Scam warning. We've been made aware that bots and fake accounts are claiming to sell charity match tickets. These are most likely scams. The only official place to buy tickets is Ticketmaster. Please be careful online. And that's all for the Sidemen situation being genuinely insane. You know, I thought I'd shake it up a bit, right? Instead of putting KSI in the title like usual, right? I thought I'd put the Sidemen, right? Because they're in this video quite a lot. They confront KSI quite a bit. This is part 2 to my last KSI video called like KSI's response was, you guessed it, insane. I can honestly already feel the comments grilling me for dragging this KSI thing out over 2 videos instead of making 1 big video. And trust me, I'd much rather wanted to do that, right? Because the ad rates would have been far superior. But you know, I'm kind of at the mercy of people releasing these clips as these are all behind a payment wall and I'm not paying the Sidemen so I can get some exclusive scoop for the Slob channel. As much as it's very clear I love covering KSI, Logan Paul, the Sidemen, people like that, I'm not paying money to them so I can cover their bullshit situations. But without further ado, let's take a look at these clips that have been recently released.
You take criticism the worst.
Get boomed on.
You find excuses opposed to just taking it on
You
board.
didn't realise you was walking into therapy today, did you?
I was going to say,
We made you feel comfortable in that.
Yeah. Full sense of security.
You didn't realise.
I've got more in my pocket.
I mean, straight off the bat, right, zerkaa is bang on the money here, right? And I think it's really interesting confronting KSI directly to see how he reacts to actual criticism face to face. Because it's very clear that he can't take criticism. Take the lunch lead anti-DM stuff, for example, when he just tried to claim that he was using it for promotion, but it was very clear that he was hurt that a big content creator called him, Logan Paul, Mr. Beast out for the product lunch lead. KSI is somebody who's been well documented not to be able to take criticism, so it's interesting when people that are around him confront him directly in a recorded environment.
I got whole notes.
I mean, I feel like I can take criticism for sure.
Yeah, you
Why
don't
don't you
like
take it then?
You can take it, but you don't like it.
No, sometimes I just believe someone's wrong.
All the time, that is, right? KSI believes that everybody is always wrong at every single point. Take people criticizing him for fighting irrelevant fighters, right? People that weren't interesting, people that nobody cared about. This was his response to the criticism. Gonna play the clip, you know, pad the runtime out.
That's what, ladies and gentlemen, it's Dylan Dennis. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm happy to knock out Dylan Dennis. I've been wanting to knock this guy out since Misfits 3. So yeah, I don't understand this whole he's just so irrelevant. Joe Fournier. Who the fuck was Joe Fournier? You still wanted to watch him. People watch because they want to see me fight. They want to see how I improve and how well I do and how I knock people out and how entertaining I am. There's no one that fights like me in this scene. That's why people watch. That's why people care. And I have a fan base that care as well.
And this is how KSI reacts for the majority of this Reddit video to criticism about his boxing fights and who he is fighting. The majority of these posts on his Reddit are formatted in a pretty positive way, right? Trying to genuinely critique the guy and, you know, not be mean about it, but, you know, he just can't handle it. He doesn't like criticism whatsoever.
Like being able to you're very good at being able to just take shit and laugh it off.
So I can take criticism.
But in boxing, no. But
so I win.
Because
It took a little bit.
You interrupted before I said but.
Okay.
Oh, he couldn't even let him finish the criticism.
In boxing world and things where it's like your ego,
Yeah.
you really can't.
But I mean, that's where the majority of criticism comes from anyways. His boxing stuff, his lunchly, his products, whatever he's doing in music, for example. He gets any criticism there, he can't handle it. He can't cope with it. He won't concede on any of the arguments. He won't try and hear out these arguments, and he, you know, gets all defensive. It's why KSI is such an easy target for a lot of people that want to stir up stuff online, make fun of him, and that's why people do make fun of him. Because he reacts how he does, because he's got a huge ego and can't take criticism. It's the whole reason people react like that.
You don't like it.
Like, someone could have an opinion on your, whether it's your stance, whether it's how you fight, whether it's who you're picking to fight. You struggle to take that on board, or because more so.
I think I'm better now.
KSI says that he's better now, but I mean, I've literally shown an example in this video from the past few weeks when he's been heavily criticised for fighting Dylan Dennis of all people. He's not got better. He's still very sensitive when it comes to criticism. Look a few months ago to the Lunchy situation. Probably one of his biggest, criticism-based, spurg outs he's had. If you are somebody outside of the internet sphere, somebody who isn't on the internet a lot, hasn't really seen a lot of the hate against KSI, they would probably tell you the same thing, that he's gradually got more egotistical, can't respond to criticism as well, and you know, over the past few years, he's definitely got worse. I don't see really an improvement with KSI. It's not the end of the world that he can't take criticism, but that's why people make fun of him. It's the reason that he becomes big memes, and that's the reason why people laugh at him, because it's funny that he can't take criticism, and he gets really angry about it, and creates these incredible clips. Don't stop, because it's always nice to have a KSI topic in my back pocket.
I think because, especially, recently, a lot of people have just been cooking me left, right, and center in terms of the boxing. And I've kind of just well, not ignored it, but I've just kind of laughed it off.
There's countless examples on his second channel over the past few weeks and past few months that would go completely against this idea. I think it's really funny to keep using the Dylan Dennis one because it's so recent. It's genuinely one of his most recent videos on that channel that goes completely against this point. I don't know why you just wouldn't be honest about it, saying, yeah, I can't take criticism, it's something I need to work on and just move on. Make a joke about it. No one cares. Not everyone can take criticism. Nobody really likes criticism. It's fine. It is what it is. But by lying and saying that, you know, you're improving or you're laughing it off more and that, you know, you're more open to criticism, it's just a lie. Most unnecessary lie ever, I will add.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I've seen the stuff that Vidal and Leon have been saying. I've seen the stuff that people like Wade's been saying. And like, even just on Twitter, I've just seen all the people
okay, let's use Vidal and without being a clip farm, let's say we use Vidal and Leon as an example.
Yeah.
Why do you laugh their opinions off opposed to like have a curiosity or like an interest in what they're saying?
Because
obviously they're part of your story, part of your journey, and you respect them as what they do.
Because they don't understand. They don't get it.
Honestly, not gonna lie, it just seems a bit of a cope to me, and it's kind of annoying, right, that there isn't more pushback from the Sidemen here about what he's saying about his response to criticism, because it's very clear that over the past few months, he hasn't improved, right? So lying about it is just pointless, so, you know, a pushback would have been nice, right? But I appreciate them even bringing it up to his face for, you know, recorded content behind a paywall. As you can see, this video is not yet 8 minutes, and that's completely unacceptable. So what other KSI-related things are there to talk about that's kind of related to what we've been talking about? Well, Dylan Dennis. There's been a little bit of a Dylan Dennis update. I think everyone knows already, Ryan. I think it's been established in this video multiple times that KSI is indeed fighting Dylan Dennis. And Dylan Dennis has now officially started his weird online shenanigans to do with KSI, just like he did with Logan Paul. And it's honestly genuinely surprising it took him this long to, you know, kick his arse in gear and start doing this, right? And it's even more pathetic than the Logan Paul one, because at least for that one, I actually kind of cared. This fight, I just do not care about. I don't think anyone cares. KSI banned from Eurogamer for life for sexual assault. I never got Dylan Dennis's approach to this whole marketing sense, right? Because, of course, it angers up the person he's going against, but nobody genuinely likes Dylan Dennis. This doesn't make people like him more or really want people to, you know, actually be interested in the fight and, you know, buy the pay-per-view. Nobody's interested or intrigued because he's posting stuff like this. It just makes everyone think he's more of a dickhead. KSI taking that Logan juice. Hashtag butt buddies. There's a reason I've been quiet, but I'm about to break. Whatever that reason is, I appreciate prolonging the inevitable just for a little bit, because this is honestly pathetic. This is childish behavior. Nobody's interested. It's just annoying and irritating. It's barely getting any traction. No one cares about Dylan Dennis. No one cares about this fight. The sooner that he realizes, the better. KSI then responded with saving all my talking for the press conference next week. 4th of March with Dylan Dennis. You're not going to want to miss it. So expect another slot video on KSI on the 4th or 5th of March, depending. As much as I say people aren't interested in this fight or, you know, whatever KSI is doing right now, I'm genuinely intrigued with this fight and, you know, whatever KSI is doing right now, the era that KSI is in, because, you know, for the past few months, he's been acting incredibly different to, you know, his approach to social media and people just in general and criticism than he did a few years ago. And it's really funny because he's just ultimately getting worse. But everybody watching, what's your thoughts on this entire quote-unquote situation that is insane, by the way? Please feel free to comment down below. Once you're done there, you might as well smash the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. But I've been your host Samuel, and I'll catch you in the next YouTube video.